We live in an age obsessed with growth. Podcasts, courses, books, tutorials. Every scroll promises a secret. Every video offers a lesson. Every quote urges you to improve. And at first, it feels like progress. You're learning, expanding, evolving. But then, something strange happens. Despite all the knowledge, you feel stuck, exhausted, anxious. You consume more, but grow less. You know more, but feel lost. So here's the uncomfortable question. Is constant learning making you unhappy? And if it is, what exactly went wrong? Let's take a step back. Learning, in its purest form, is beautiful. It's curiosity reaching out into the unknown. It's the flame that drove Aristotle, Da Vinci, Hypatia. But in our modern world, learning has mutated. It's no longer about depth. It's about speed, quantity, optimization. You don't read a book to reflect anymore. You read it to finish, to check it off, to post it on Goodreads and move to the next. Knowledge becomes another commodity, another dopamine hit, another badge. This is the knowledge trap. It whispers, "You're not enough yet. Just one more insight and you'll get there." But there never comes. Because when learning becomes compulsive, it no longer serves you. It owns you. You start fearing stillness. You avoid silence. You escape the moment. Because the next idea feels more valuable than this one. But what if the real problem isn't ignorance? What if it's indigestion? Too much input? Not enough integration? You gather wisdom, but don't digest it. You collect philosophies, but don't embody them. You accumulate tools, but never build anything. It's like reading about swimming every day, but never touching the water. Eventually, the mind becomes bloated, and the soul starved. Because knowledge without presence becomes noise. Here's a painful truth. You might not need another book, or another theory, or another productivity hack. You might need time. Time to sit with what you already know. Time to live it, breathe it, become it. Socrates once said, "The unexamined life is not worth living." But perhaps the over-examined life is not lived at all. At some point, learning must give way to being. Not knowing more, but becoming more. Not collecting truths, but living one. That's what wisdom is. And wisdom doesn't shout. It whispers. It waits in the pauses between your thoughts. In the spaces you rush past. In the stillness you avoid. But stillness is terrifying. Because when the input stops, the inner noise begins. And in that silence, you might hear the very thing you've been trying to drown out. Your fears, your contradictions, your pain, but also your intuition, your clarity, your truth. This is why silence matters, not as a rejection of learning, but as its completion. To move from the noise of knowledge to the stillness of wisdom. To let go of the hunger to know more and nourish what's already within. Maybe that's the only kind of learning that really matters. Not the kind that adds, but the kind that subtracts. That strips away illusion. That quiets the ego. That brings you back to yourself. So ask yourself, when was the last time you let an idea breathe? When was the last time you stopped consuming and just listened? Maybe you don't need more input. Maybe you need more integration. Not more light, but more depth. And maybe happiness isn't found in knowing everything, but in knowing enough to finally live. You see, this world will never stop offering you more. More information, more systems, more strategies. But wisdom is knowing when to stop, when to say, "This is enough, for now." Because a full mind doesn't guarantee a full life. Sometimes the wisest thing you can do is close the book, turn off the screen, and walk outside. without trying to learn anything, just to be, to look at a tree and not analyze it, to breathe without optimizing your breath, to remember that you are not a machine for improvement. You are a soul meant to feel, to stumble, to awaken. And maybe, just maybe, you don't need another insight to become whole. You just need to remember you already are.
If this made you pause, if you're drawn to deeper truths and quiet strength, then you're in the right place. Like, subscribe, and keep exploring with us. See you in the next one.